Hi. Okay, so a bunch of crap happened today. I went to go see Warm Bodies, which at first I was like, okay, this is stupid because it's basically, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Twilight, but it's basically Twilight, I mean, vampires used to be scary, and then all of a sudden they're romantic, and now zombies used to be scary, and now they're romantic. So it's like the same thing, and so I was like, really? But then I watched the trailer like twice, trying to figure out how I felt about it, because I'm like that. And it looked freaking amazing. So then I was like, oh my god, I have to go see it. And I did today. And it was pretty awesome. There were huge problems with it, like plot-wise. Like, it was kind of cliche. Like, okay, the movie itself, I gave a B. Well, I gave it a B plus because, like, it kind of made my soul feel happy at the end a little bit. I kind of had this little teenage squee thing, and so I gave it a B plus. But it basically got a B because I hate the main girl. Everybody else's characterization, it was really good. Like, everyone had their own person. I mean, except, like, John Malkovich, he kind of lacked a little. But, I mean, other than having, oh my god, will he believe us kind of thing, there's really no point for his character. Like, just to have, it's like, why John Malkovich? Like, you could pick anybody else. I mean, I love John Malkovich, but it's just like, why did he go for that role? It's kind of like Christoph Waltz being in The Three Musketeers. That movie is a horrible film. I do not care if you like it. Slap yourself in the face right now, okay? Oh, that movie made me so mad. There was no point for Christoph Waltz's character, which made me mad. That was like the whole reason I wanted to go see it. Other than Titus Pillow and, Matthew McFadden being gorgeous. But I don't know that guy's name. I just call him Titus Pillow. Anyway, no. And then, that movie. And then the music was like exactly Sherlock Holmes, but with more harpsichord to make it sound French. Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. Oh, anyway, sorry. Rant. But, so, the girl is like, at first, whenever you first see her, she looks like a bamf, okay? She has this crazy look in her eyes, she's killing zombies left and right, and he's, watching her in slow motion as if to say, oh, you're beautiful, And you assume that she's gonna be a bamf, and she's gonna be like, no, you get away from me, I don't like you, whatever. But no, after you see her do that, she's a completely different person. Like, she's one of those girls where, like, every time that her dad is mentioned, the John Malkovich character, she's like, oh, yeah, dad. I'm sorry, are you a 6th grade spoiled brat right now? And of course he's supposed to be the overprotective father, and, he's the person that wants to build the wall around the city, and I was like, oh, great, another wall. Anyway, but, every single time that where she lived was brought up, or her dad, she would scoff and say, oh, yeah, like, that's good. And I'm like, if it's a freaking zombie apocalypse, he has a right to be protective, okay? He's not even really protective. Like, it was weird. And it's like, if she would have done that a couple of times, I would have been like, okay, I get it. Like, I would have agreed with her. But every single time her dad is mentioned, she has to scoff. It's like, okay. Ooh. It's just, her character, if you go see it, just post in the comments what you think about her character, because she just got on my nerves. Like, and the cute guy that played R, his name is R, because he doesn't know his real name, he did really good. Like, I was like, oh, great, now they're going to act like a zombie and be all cliched and be like, But he kind of was, but it was really good, and I, like, totally believed him. So, I was cool with that. And then there was, like, spoiler. Anyway, just now said it. There's this one part, and it kind of made me mad. They only dropped one F-bomb in this movie, okay? And it was funny, And it made me laugh. And I was like, yeah, you know, like, it was good. But then I thought about it, and I was like, that was stupid. Because R asks all these other zombies if they will go help him. And the Rob Corduroy, or however you say his name, Jeanette knows him. Jeanette's in love with him. My sister. Anyway, but he asked them, you know, and if they'll help him. And all the zombies go, And he turns around to R, and he says, they said, fuck yeah. And it's like, that's funny, and it, you know, but he's a zombie too. I'm pretty sure he's gonna know what means. Like, it sounds silly, but it's like, really? You have to translate? You know, I mean, if he would have turned around and said, they said, that would have been more funny. You know? Like, put the F-bomb somewhere else. You know? Like, it felt weird there, because he already knows what they said. It's like, why do you have to, they're right there. He's a freaking zombie too. Anyway, but, so, you know, even though they're fighting in there, because they're playing Gauntlet on the GameCube, and, the 10-year-old is a piece of crap kid. I hate him. And he's like, man, you didn't share this with me. So they're fighting. So if you hear them, I'm very sorry. There you go. But, so, even though it had some, like, plot points where I was like, you know, and it was kind of cliched, like, some parts, I was still, like, it's still really good. And, like, at the very end, like, there's, like, the third act climax, I was, like, actually getting, like, emotional, like, I might cry. Like, you know? And so that's why I think it's really good. So, if you'd like to go see it, I would say yes. I might go see it again tomorrow with my sister Teresa. Either that or I'll go see Django again. I've already seen Django, like, 3 different times. How many times? I think it's 4 times. I think I've 4 times I've seen Django. Anyway, no. That movie is amazing as well, because Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director, like, ever. He's amazing. Except Dusk Till Dawn. That movie makes me so mad. We need to, like, band together and write a freaking letter to Quentin Tarantino and say, take the first half of Dusk Till Dawn and keep that part and then make another second half. Like, because Robert Rodriguez can die in a hole. Oh my god. It makes me so mad. Because that movie was so good. I totally cared. I was like, he's crazy. And, you know, and I was like, I totally care about the George Clooney character and him, and then it's vampires. Like, if you want to go see that movie and, like, make fun of it, that's kind of what it's for. It's supposed to be, you know. So, you could watch it, but me being such a Quentin Tarantino fan, it made me mad. Because it was amazing. And it was totally Quentin Tarantino. And then, like, immediately. You know. But I know he liked it because he got to have Selma Hayek's foot in his mouth. So, anyways, so yes. But yeah, Django. People have been talking. This is gonna be like the longest vlog ever because I'm bored. Okay, I'm very sorry. I was playing a video game and then I died a couple times and I got tired. Playing Mirror's Edge. Anyway, but like, people have been complaining about how many times that he drops the N-word. I was gonna say the N-bomb. That just sounds weird. That's a weird phrase. Anyway, but he says the N-word, and we counted, like the third time I went to go see it, we counted just how many times that Leo DiCaprio says it. And it was 32 from the whole time that he showed up until, like, his last thing, okay? 32 times. Just him. So it's like, I can't decide where I'm at. Because it's like, I feel like it's a bit excessive, but it's historical, and I'm pretty sure, you know, they're not going to be PC back then. You know, everyone's going to be, you know, not everyone, but those people are, like, they're always like that. Like, that's what they would use. So it's like, I can't be like, oh, they should use African American or something like that, because they wouldn't. So it's like, I'm kind of, you know, I'm more on his side about using it, but he does like to use that word. Like, totally. Something just went down. Someone hit someone. Anyway. Yeah, people are crying. I love my house, you know? I love it sometimes. Especially because of the 10-year-old. I can't stand the 10-year-old. Anyway. So, yeah. That's about it. Oh my god. Okay, no, wait. There's another thing. Leads back to movies. I kind of geeked out today. I geeked out. Okay. And my boyfriend kind of thinks like I'm weird now. Which is, total vain, stupid thing to say. Not vain, but like, you know. And he texted me and he was like, oh, I'm watching War of the Worlds. And I was like, which one? And he's like, what do you mean which one? And so that automatically made me mad. I'm like, how do you not know there's two? But I was like, do you mean the 1953 one by Byron Haskin? Or do you mean the 2005 one by Steven Spielberg? And he was like, and I felt like, I started like, kind of going like that, like waiting for his text back because I totally just geeked out on him or whatever. I don't even know how to say it, but showed my true nerdy side. So I got embarrassed. Okay. Anyway, so yes, that was today, and that is my review. Yep, Django gets an A, not exactly A+ because it doesn't get an A+ because the whole third act, like after, like lagged. Like I was like, ugh, The rest of the movie is freaking fantastic, and you're with it the whole way, and you're like watching it, and then after all the crap goes down, it takes like too long, and it just slows down, and it's like, ugh, The whole last bit of the movie is what took away the A+. But hardly any movies ever get A+. Like hardly ever. Like, and I say that to people in my school, and they're like, what do you mean? What about Les Mis? No, Les Mis does not get an A+. Okay? Because pretentious. That is my answer. Okay? It was fantastic. Okay? And Jack Jackson is just so cute. Like, and I told that to my mom, and she's like, bleh! But I'm like, I have a thing for freckles. Anyway. But yeah, that movie was pretty good. I gave it like a solid A. I mean, sorry. Les Mis gets an A. Django gets an A. Warm Bodies gets a B+. Just because I bet you that movie I would have given it an A, or, I wouldn't give it an A+. But I would have given it an A had the lead female character not been such a wimp. I swear. Her best friend, the girl from Crazy Stupid Love, she had more character than her. I enjoyed her character more than watching the main girl. Like, ugh. Just go see this movie and then tell me what you think. So yeah. It was pretty good. I left kind of glowing because I was like, oh, happy. So, yeah. Movies.